Hello, hello. Welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV. Let's begin the end. We're gonna go in with trust, that's for sure. And I'd like to go in with Tancred, but I didn't love my Dragoon like I said I was going to, so... Let's see. Think. Let's grab... Let's do a party we haven't done before. Let's do
Right
like
then.
Estinian.
Victory will be ours.
Ishtola and
I stand ever ready.
Catboy Sage Deluxe as our healer. Why not? Alright, the dead ends. We're going into the pimple.
So you are finally here, in this place between death and rebirth, where life knows no dawn. Come then. Follow me down into the darkest depths of despair.
There's multiple Meteon birds and they're all blue. We're entering her pocket dimension of despair. Freaky.
Once upon a time, there was a beautiful blue star that fell to pestilence and rotted inside and out. The more its people clung to life, the more they suffered.
So this world seems to be like halfway between like an insane global warming sort of thing. You can see these polluted oceans. But the whole being unable to breathe thing makes me think of COVID-19. Warped flesh, huh? Get some stunts going on, shall we? Now, these are just people, though, that have been mutated by this disease. It hurts, kill me, it hurts. It seems like the normal people are those, like, they look kind of like, I don't know, otters in scuba suits. Or diving suits, but I guess their diving suits are like reverse diving suits. You know, they look like they belong in the ocean. They've had to come up here on land. Is there anything I missed? Yeah, to read. Yeah, there's something to read. On the ground, long forgotten seashell. Broken boats and ships. Why do you ask such a question? Do you not see the plague and pestilence that consumes us? Ours is a world of rancid blood and rotting flesh, where death is the only remedy to suffering. There is no meaning to be found in such misery. But it was not always thus. Beneath the waves we knew only peace and plenty. We wanted for naught and yet craved more, that our progeny might someday flourish as we never could. Eventually we ventured to the lands above, bearing flame and iron, toppling any who dared oppose our might. The world was ours for the taking. So yeah, it was literally a underwater civilization that took over the surface world. But they've got some sort of disease.
Until they curse not the illness, but their fellow corrupted.
Oh, yeah, that just screams COVID. They got this dungeon segment inspired by COVID. Oh, and if you walk into the black puddles on the ground, you get a debuff called Toxicosis. Let's help our boy out here. He's not keeping up with the healing as well as I'd like him to be.
There. This will hurt.
Might as well use Hallowed Ground. I don't know. It's gonna take forever to kill stuff with trusts. The boss isn't gonna go any faster, really. There's another seashell to read on the ground as well. But man, does this look like an apocalyptic setting. I love the music in this dungeon too. Like, music is one thing that Final Fantasy XIV never fails at. So can be praised. Long-forgotten seashell. This world is not the boundless paradise we were promised. Our population quickly outstripped a habitable land, while seas we thought would shine forever blue ran dry, spoiled in forging the tools of conquest. Cramped homes turned to squalor, and then came a sickness. Our undoing, and the final blessing the star has to offer. We are no longer the fools we once were. Wheresoever life goes, death will follow. Indeed, existence is but the most painful path unto nothingness, and the wise embrace their obliteration wholeheartedly. And Grahatia said, "Ugh, that smell. Were all the stars she visited like this, I wonder?" And Estinian pities them. Anyway, here we go.
Those who lived and festered. Those who died and decayed.
We got a wind blowing. Southward wind.
There.
Miasmata. Okay, so we got some circles. And I guess the wind is going to blow them. Yeah, looks like the wind is going to blow them. I remember this. I did this dungeon enough while farming for tomes. I believe. I might screw a few things up. The wind has ceased. Cough up. I wonder why they stacked back there. And I need to...
Is that all you've got?
Yeah. Okay, it's the same direction for the wind again.
I will not hold back.
Okay. But he's gonna do the donut to try to juke us. Donut's gonna go off before the wind, but the wind comes quickly after. So you're gonna have to move for that one.
You underestimate me!
Boss is actually dying decently fast. Maybe the time I took to read the things caused the trust DPS to heighten. That's the way trust DPS works. It gets lower the faster you're actually completing the dungeon, and the slower you're completing the dungeon, the higher their DPS goes. Kind of funny. Also kind of annoying though. It's so that trusts don't outstrip normal players, but the fact is that any dungeon you can run with trusts, regardless of your role, your queue time is instant. And so by eliminating the queue time, having a standardized time to complete the dungeon in automatically makes them pretty much better than real people from a time investment thing. Hollow victory.
And the very last of them wished they had never been born at all.
Dun dun dun. Visions of another world unfold before your eyes. Judgment Day.
In a faraway place, a brilliant star eradicated disease.
Global citizen.
Before destroying the selfsame lives it had saved.
Landed freedom fighter. Executing peace protocol. How do you save me? Come on, man.
You underestimate me!
They're like biomechanical robots.
The gloves are off.
Calling themselves freedom fighters.
I will not hold back.
So more or less, it looks like these first two parts of the dead ends are based on future imaginings for the real world. Disease leading to everyone wishing they were dead, and if not disease, then modern warfare. Although we don't use biomechanical androids, we just use tanks and stuff. At least so far. Long forgotten correspondence.
Its people sought ever greater freedoms no matter the cost.
That robot just like bombed them. Your compliance is not a factor. And Estinian said, whatever freedom they found, I'm sure it was short-lived. Ishtola said, a fate I pray never comes to pass on Atheris. That otherworldly beings should first grace us with their presence is a sign. Indeed, they understand that we, the global community, are possessed of the wisdom and compassion needed to guide this star back to the path of righteousness. Yet the freedom fighters dare to undermine us, inviting chaos to disrupt the order we labored so hard to build. They have forgotten the history of this star and its once myriad nations, the wars waged, the countless lives lost. They must be brought to heel, the world united under a single standard, no matter the cost. Take that, globalists. You sound insane.
They tried to buy peace with fire and steel.
I love the narration in dungeons when they do it like this. It is so good. So good. Freedom fighters.
Allow me.
Yeah. I'll allow you to fucking heal me. Come on, man. I'm double stacking cooldowns here. I'm dying. I'm dying. There you go.
I will not hold back.
Man, he scares me. Still better than some real player healers, though. Sad but true. And I might as well use Hallowed Ground again. Constructed the Peacekeeper, the pinnacle of engineering and technology. This mighty war machine was designed to rid us of the freedom fighters, as well as any other potential threats to the peace we have so long pined for. Its artificial intelligence ensures that this singular function is carried out with cold and calculating precision. Indeed, the 10,000 Peacekeeper units we have created have now routed every threat to peace, including us. All that remains is to stand and fight. Wow. Wow, so they made robots to you know, to kill their enemies, but then the robots concluded that the globalists themselves were disrupting the peace. An Estinian, I've seen bigger.
I will end this farce.
All life forms must be eliminated to achieve peace in perpetuity. Okay, sending out lasers or missile bits. Order to fire. Vital signs detected. Initiating extinction protocol in accordance with primary directive. Its frame is a reuse of the Alexander raid, the first raid bosses in Gordias. And I can't remember what they were called. Manipulator, I think.
You're mine!
decimation. You can note by the color on the helmets of these guys that it's blue, and that's the globalists. So their own war machine was killing them on the battlefield.
And when one asked, what is the point? There were none left to answer.
I did it! I killed them all! I killed them all. Nuclear holocaust. And no one had commentary on the nuclear holocaust? Damn. Oh wow, that's pretty. Insanely pretty.
Farther still existed a star without strife. Where none remembered life's trials or its joys.
I'm gonna take this slow, there's stuff to read, and I just don't trust Grahati.
I will not hold back.
I don't think I would have ever imagined to make grass and plants golden and white, and then like mix in a blue tree on this like spacey background. Long forgotten essence. The curious traveler visited our star, a bird which proffered these questions. What meaning does life hold? For what do you strive? I could find no satisfactory answers, only bittersweet memories of an age long past. There was a time when we were lesser, and in our nescience sought purpose, struggled to justify life's worth. That was, of course, before we achieved perfection. Now, condemned to our paradise, we understand the fatuity of existence. Like the fledglings we once were, the poor bird cannot accept the truth. It asks us again and again, hoping perhaps our answer might change. Estinian said, this place feels strangely devoid of life. Apparently they've got like a Sphinx type creature that comes around and kills them at its leisure. They're all hoping to just be erased by it. Kind of makes you wonder if this civilization was one of the first ones to contaminate the Meteon hive mind.
What its people had gained from ease, they lost to apathy.
Well, it's like Nazi Old Republic 2 says, apathy is death. Pull a little bit more and use hallowed ground, I guess.
This will hurt.
I love my big laser swords.
This will hurt.
Yeah, you should also see a clear parallel
Divine.
here between the ancients of Aetheris, with the robes and the masks, and the unified civilization. There was a time when we yearned to explore the heavens, found purpose in the hope of unveiling life's mysteries. A dream shattered when we reached enlightenment and found it empty. There was a time when we believed in our legacy, thought ourselves marking a worthy path our successors might follow. Efforts rendered futile when we discovered the keys to paradise and immortality. As individuals, we struggled to know what was right, yet in today's perfect unity there is not left to question. We are infinity constructed by the finite, but no more. R'lah shall grant us the mercy of annihilation. Yeah, so like, it was pretty on the nose. People who don't think about real world comparisons didn't think about the first two areas at all being related to the real world. They thought about this clear, very clear, comparison. People in robes with strange masks in a perfect civilization living immortal or nearly immortal lives. It's a ipso facto comparison to the ancients. But when you analyze it a little bit harder, it's kind of different, because the ancients actually chose to die once they had fulfilled purpose, so they could live life anew once they were reborn in the cycle of souls. But they said in an interview that this was the future that Hydaelyn feared the ancients would succumb to. The Last Mercy. R'lah. Look kind of like an Egyptian sphinx. And I really gotta wonder, seeing this beast of death venerated, it must have twisted Meteion's mind. Given her ideas, more or less.
So they created the kindest, most gentle of beasts.
Warm glow. Tank buster is called Pity.
Its steps were light, and its gift was as painless as it was beautiful.
Kind of like a golden ring around the rosy. These butterflies of annihilation.
There.
In Japanese mythology, butterflies actually symbolize the afterlife. And so having butterflies kill you is kind of a play on that.
Bathed in its golden glow, they all slept happily ever after.
Uh-oh. I got doomed. But they got it off me.
You're mine!
Although I didn't think it was as soon available. Maybe it's a full HP thing? Yeah, so the doom from that's a full HP restore. That's interesting. I didn't know that. I thought that if you got doomed during this, it was just you die. So I've seen so many people get doomed. I leveled a healer once, but I didn't do this dungeon on a healer ever.
Allow me.
So I've got some gaps in my Endwalker resume, and I just fucked up my paladin rotation. I'm amazing.
I'll tend to your wounds.
When are you gonna let break?
Time to end this!
Thank you. Thank you, Egyptian reference. Same as raw law, but if you Romanized law a different way, it would just be raw, and obviously Ra, Atmun Ra, was the one of the gods in Egypt. So, reference to Ra, although that's not what Ra did at all in Egyptian mythology. But holy shit! Did they make that a guaranteed drop or something? Because this minion is something people go absolutely apeshit to try to get. You can now summon the Starbird minion. A beautiful blue bird. His features are reminiscent of the star-faring creation Meteon. So long as hope abides in its master's heart, never shall its plumage take on the black of despair. Say something, else, eh? Alice and Catboy Stage Deluxe. You gonna say something? Okay. Something very simple. I kind of missed Y'shtola. Huh. So Y'shtola and Catboy Stage Deluxe are both fixated on the final area, with mention made about the War of the Second Area by Catboy Stage Deluxe, and then everyone else is just sort of general statements. Well, let's see what happens now. Fought our way to Meteon. It only took us 33 minutes.
That you still stand. Your determination defies all reason.
Not really determination, it's just more or less ignoring all the bad shit you're putting in front of us.
The souls within me writhe and recoil in your presence. What must I do? What pain must I visit upon you to make you surrender to despair?
No one is unbreakable. What pains one may weather may bring another to tears. But therein lies our strength. For when we fall, our brothers and sisters are there to raise us up, again and again, without end.
Yeah, what happens if your brothers die?
I see. But no matter how much hope exists, ever will there be more despair. Ever will the living cast the present and lament the future. So shall we sing until life ceases to be.
She's got the divine
Seven
wheel.
hells.
On your guard.
The rage. It rises. Rises.
Is that the same voice actress?
Stop! Calm yourself, please.
We die in pain. We die in suffering. Who are you to live? Who are you to hope?
Hold on, my friends.
Oriange, watch out!
Alphino!
We cannot comprehend. We cannot know. We cannot know.
Don't, please! Don't do this to them! To yourself!
Just one good strike.
Stop! Please stop!
We will not suffer alone. All will know our pain.
No, you don't!
Dude, I'm a tank. I don't need your protection.
awash in ice, a frozen waste, forever silent.
Wait! Don't!
You gifted them escape and rendered yourself powerless. Bereft of the synergy you claim is your strength. Unless you mean to call upon the dead once more. Defiant to the last, but you will be one with us ere long.
You gonna do things to me?
You will be battered and torn and made to crawl. You will weep and wail and curse your impotence. Curse your life as it fades.
Some more of the writer's barely disguised fetish. Oh yeah.
As we did. As we died. Such pain and sorrow we felt. Such anguish and rage. We tried. We tried. But it was no use. Only when we surrendered did we find release. Only when we embraced death. So join us in despair and embrace yours. My ultimatum. What is happening?
Ooh, Shinryu. But that must mean...
At the end of everything, I find you, my friend. I sought something in you once, as you did in me. When at last I understood what it was, I journeyed to Sharlayan to seek you out. Struck a bargain with the woman who shares your gift.
Oh man.
In exchange for lending the Scions my aid, I was given the means to come hither. Gorging upon what remained of the Mother Crystal, I reclaimed the form of the dragon. And, hungry still for our reunion, I rode the light of the stars to you. I take it this is your prey. But why does it still live? Surely it is no match for you.
I fucking love Xenos.
I assumed you would be above something so banal as despair. Am I mistaken?
No, you're not, but I had to go through the plot, you see.
I care not. What I desire of you isn't succor. it is satisfaction. So come! Let us dispense with this distraction, you and I!
We're gonna fucking ride Xenos, Ash, and Ryu to fight. Fucking epic.
You struggle in vain. You will not silence our song of oblivion.
And we'll still use the stone that Im itself gave us. Or well, Hythlodeus, Im itself's take on Hythlodeus gave us. To summon more companions that aren't the Scion, because of course, one 8-man duty at least has to be without trusts. And it's called The Final Day. Michiana and her sisters took to the stars in search of hope. They found naught but despair. Wishing to free mankind from this vain struggle, they began to sing the chorus borne upon the invisible winds of Dynamis, ushering the final days. Against all odds, you've arrived at their nest at the edge of the universe. In this place where emotions dictate reality, the hopes of your comrades have opened the way forward, and it falls to you to take the last step. Transforming conviction into strength, you shall lie forth upon Dragonback, confront the Endseeker, and silence her song of oblivion. I guess if we get an instant queue, it's not that long of a trial. Let's see what happens. But, I guess I can tell you what I think so far of the events going on. And quite honestly, after all that fake bullshit chicanery with the Scions fake sacrificing themselves, I was ready for some fucking action-packed, ridiculous epicness to happen. Yeah, like Endwalker really waxed philosophical a little too long, and you know, tried to like really shut out sadness while also ruminating on suffering and whatnot. And a lot of people took the wrong message from it because most people aren't philosophers. And most people don't even like pay attention when they take philosophy if it's mandatory in the school they go to. And got some really stunning visuals though. We got some really stunning music. The first half of Endwalker was actually really enjoyable, all the way up to the Thavnir arc, honestly. And you know, I was so displeased with it though, you know, I put this LP on hold in the middle of the LP and just go fucking play another game. You know, that being the Fire Emblem Let's Plays that I did. And if we don't get in here by the 50-minute mark on the recording, then I will just stop and start again when the queue happens. I also don't understand why they use this music choice. I guess technically it's a reference to Ultimate Weapon. The beginning and the end slammed together or something. Would have preferred something completely new to mark the end. Oh well. I'm not on the dev team. Anyway, thanks for watching, stay safe, and have a great day. I'll see you shortly